Welcome back to PC Police Chase, where one wrong decision leaves no chance to make things right. If you're ready for real-life, heart-pounding pursuits, let's begin right now. Shortly after midnight on the 12th of March 2026, in Daytona Beach, Florida, a Daytona Beach police officer encountered a man openly carrying an unsealed alcoholic beverage in public, a violation of city ordinance. Initially, the officer offered a simple choice: pour out the alcohol on the spot or face possible arrest. Instead of handling the bottle himself, the man handed it to the officer and then turned away, as if attempting to leave the scene.
Put your hands behind your back! Hey, stop. What are y'all arrested? Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back, man. I'm gonna take out. What did you tie me for? Hey, step back. Put your hands behind your back. Hey, chill out. Get back. Stop. Get back. Stop. Give me get back. That's my twin. Hey, stop. Get back. Get back. Stop. All right, come on. Do your business. Do your business.
The situation began to escalate when the man allegedly threw the bottle cap toward the officer. Moments later, police moved in to make an arrest, turning what started as a simple public contact into a physical struggle on the sidewalk. After being taken to the ground, the man continued refusing to fully cooperate as officers attempted to control his hands and place him in handcuffs. A crowd nearby began reacting and gathering around the scene, adding even more tension to the encounter. During the struggle, officers also deployed a taser in an effort to gain control of the situation.
You like being moving around, bro? You like being on my back or what? Yeah, I'm complying. What are we doing? Put your hands on your back. I can, if you let me. If you let me, smart guy. Dumbass. Stupid ass. Holy, he's trying to be top. He's trying to be top. Weak ass guy. Off my back, man. What are we doing? Yeah. You don't even know what you're doing. You poured that bottle out and just dropped it.
After a prolonged struggle, assisting officers were eventually able to restrain the man, place him in handcuffs, and remove him from the sidewalk. However, the incident did not end with the original ordinance violation, as video recorded afterward appeared to show officers using force while the man was already on the ground. That detail quickly drew public attention and prompted authorities to review the entire use of force encounter at the scene.
I'm gonna search you? Yep. I'm gonna took you out, didn't I? Almost took you out, didn't I? I don't care. Almost took you out, didn't I? Yep. Stop. Let go. He not over there fighting you. Stop. Stop. That's my twin. Stop. I almost took you out, didn't I? Stop. Cut it the out. I almost took you.
After the arrest, authorities identified the man as a 27-year-old male. What began as a city ordinance violation involving an open container of alcohol in public later escalated into more serious charges, including battery on a law enforcement officer and additional allegations related to resisting arrest. On the law enforcement side, Daytona Beach city officials confirmed that the officer involved was reassigned from patrol duties, while an internal investigation reviews whether the use of force complied with department policy. What could have ended with simply pouring out an open bottle of alcohol quickly escalated within minutes into a controversial arrest, criminal charges against the suspect, and an internal investigation into the officer involved in the takedown. Just before 11 p.m. on the 5th of March 2026, in Buffalo, New York, officers with the Buffalo Police Department were dispatched to an apartment building on Minnesota Avenue in the University District after multiple 911 calls reported a man in a mental health crisis threatening people inside the residence with knives. Emergency medical personnel who arrived first advised dispatch that the situation had escalated into a dangerous hostage-like encounter involving several individuals being held at knife point.
Do you got any weapons with him? Or you don't know? Alright. When I call, I say you do. What's his name?
Yo.
What's his name? DC! Back up.
Here, open the door.
Somebody get radio?
What's that?
This. I ain't got a badge.
When officers approached the apartment, the man inside repeatedly refused to open the door, forcing police to breach the entrance to intervene. The moment the door opened, officers saw the man holding two knives as he moved toward the hallway where they were positioned. One officer immediately deployed a taser in an attempt to use a less lethal option, but the device failed to stop him. Instead of backing away or dropping the weapons, the man continued advancing toward the doorway, rapidly closing the distance between himself and the officers.
Get some gloves. Start idiot. I got gloves. Come in. Frank, you good?
When the taser proved ineffective and the man continued advancing while armed with two knives, another officer fired two shots, striking him in the torso. After the man collapsed, officers immediately secured both knives, locked down the scene, and worked alongside emergency medical personnel to provide life-saving aid. He was later transported to Erie County Medical Center but ultimately died from his injuries. Following the incident, authorities identified the man as 58-year-old Charles Butler. According to released information, Butler had recently moved to Western New York and reportedly had a criminal history involving violent offenses in other states. What began as a call involving a mental health crisis and threats with knives ultimately ended in a fatal police shooting after a taser failed to stop the confrontation. The officers involved were placed on administrative leave in accordance with department policy while the Buffalo Police Department and the New York State Attorney General's office review the incident. At approximately 5:21 p.m. on the 20th of February 2026, at 2942 Delmar Lane SW in Atlanta, police stopped a vehicle after observing the driver not wearing a seatbelt and discovering the car did not have valid insurance. As officers approached the vehicle, they detected the odor of marijuana coming from inside, causing the traffic stop to quickly escalate into a detention and arrest situation.
Hey, what was this? Hey, man! Get the fuck out of me! Get the fuck out of me! Get the fuck out of me!
When officers attempted to take the driver into custody, the suspect violently resisted and began struggling with police at the scene. During the confrontation, one male officer suffered serious injuries, including fractures to both the tibia and fibula. Amid the chaos, the suspect managed to break free from officers and fled on foot into a nearby residential neighborhood.
Get down, come on. I got you. Come down, get down. Get down. Get down, bro. Get down, bro. Just lay down, bro. Turn around, bro. He good. He good. You ain't got to jump on him.
After the foot pursuit, a female officer received assistance from local residents while searching for the suspect. They eventually located him behind a tall fence, where officers and civilians worked to convince him to surrender peacefully. The suspect ultimately complied and was taken into custody. After the arrest, authorities identified the driver as 8-year-old Cameron Carter. During a search of the vehicle, officers recovered approximately 6.7 grams of suspected marijuana. He is facing multiple charges, including failure to wear a seatbelt, driving without insurance, possession of marijuana, obstruction of law enforcement, and aggravated assault on a police officer. Carter was later transported to the Fulton County Jail. At approximately 10:55 p.m. on the 24th of December, 2025, near the intersection of Balfour Road and Foothill Road in Brentwood, California, officers with the Brentwood Police Department conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle suspected of being driven by an intoxicated driver. What initially appeared to be a routine late-night DUI stop involved only a single occupant inside the vehicle. As the investigation progressed, officers developed probable cause to search the car.
For me and my partners, right? And safer for you, right? All right, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Trust me. Just face your car.
Yes, sir.
Interlace your fingers on the back of your head for me. There you go. And then I'm gonna have you walk back to the trunk for me, okay?
Just slide over this way.
Yeah, just slide this way. That's all. That's all. Keep going a little bit. Keep going a little bit. Perfect. Listen, I'm not trying to harass people. I'm not trying to go through your shit. Nothing like that, man. Okay? It's not what I'm in the business of. Okay? Okay. Just relax. I have a seat in my car right there. Okay? On my car right there. Just where the lights are on that. Okay. You said just the jar, right?
Just the jaw.
Okay.
During the vehicle search, officers discovered a loaded handgun hidden on the front passenger side floorboard. From that moment forward, the stop was no longer simply a DUI investigation, but a dangerous weapons-related encounter. When officers attempted to arrest the driver, the suspect violently resisted and allegedly tried to gain control of the firearm, causing the situation to immediately escalate into a direct deadly threat.
Get your taser! Get out the car! Get your taser! Get your taser! Get out! Get out! Z4, shots fired! Shots fired! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground!
During the struggle, after the driver reportedly gained control of the firearm, a Brentwood officer opened fire, striking the suspect in an effort to stop the threat from escalating further. As soon as the gunfire ended, officers secured the weapon, locked down the scene, and immediately began rendering emergency medical aid until paramedics arrived. Despite life-saving efforts at the scene, the man did not survive and was pronounced dead at the location.
Z4, shots fired! Shots fired!
Following the incident, the driver was identified as 43-year-old Romaine Morgan of Stockton, California. What began as a traffic stop for suspected DUI rapidly escalated after officers discovered a loaded firearm inside the vehicle. During the struggle to control the weapon, a Brentwood officer fired, resulting in Morgan's death at the scene. The shooting is now being investigated under standard procedures for officer-involved deadly force incidents. On the 7th of December, 2025, in Fresno, California, a patrol officer near West Clinton Avenue and Northwest Avenue spotted two men standing beside a fire in an alleyway. During the contact, the officer recognized one of the men as 1-year-old Bradley Nicholson, who was under community supervision. However, Nicholson identified himself using the false name Jason, immediately raising suspicion.
Do me a favor. Go ahead, put your hands behind the back.
Huh?
Jason.
No.
Jason, we're
Please
not.
stop. Please stop.
Jason,
Look.
I will tase you.
No.
Jason,
I don't.
I'm not asking.
I'm not on
anymore.
parole or nothing.
Jason, we're
I'm not on
doing
parole.
this.
I'm not on parole.
Jason,
Stop.
Jason,
Stop.
stop.
Stop, man.
Jason,
Stop.
I'm gonna dump you, bro.
Dude, stop.
Jason, hey, what are you doing?
Stop, man.
Jason,
Stop. Let go, man. Let go.
Jason,
Let go of me.
Jason,
Let go of me.
Jason.
Let go.
I'm gonna drop you right now.
Let go. No, you're not. Let go. Oh, shit.
When the officer ordered Nicholson to place his hands behind his back, Nicholson resisted and repeatedly insisted he had done nothing wrong. Despite being warned that a taser would be used, he suddenly pulled a Lorsen .380 semi-automatic handgun and fired at close range. The bullet narrowly grazed the officer's head, knocking off his hat and burning part of his hair. The officer retreated for cover while a backup officer returned fire as Nicholson, still armed, ran into a nearby garage area.
Jason Nicholson. Jason, put the gun down now.
Put it down.
Now,
Wait a minute,
Jason.
alleyway, the parking lot, and back alley.
Put the gun down! You want a cigarette, boss? Yeah. Okay, come out here, boss. We don't want to hurt you. Where's the gun? Jason, put the gun down, please.
Police surrounded the garage and repeatedly called for Nicholson to surrender. Despite being wounded, he remained barricaded inside until Fresno SWAT officers and crisis negotiators took over the scene. After roughly 1 hour and 20 minutes, Nicholson dropped the weapon, exited the garage, and was taken into custody safely.
Can you put the gun down, please? Tinker, put a note in the call that he's lighting up a meth pipe.
Just straight to alley, hands up, perfect.
This way.
Just straight out.
After his arrest, 41-year-old Bradley Nicholson was transported to a hospital in critical condition but survived after being shot in the left cheek. The first officer narrowly escaped serious injury despite the round passing dangerously close to his head at point-blank range. Police recovered the Lorsen .380 handgun at the scene, and Nicholson now faces severe charges related to providing false identification, resisting arrest, and opening fire on a police officer. On the evening of the 24th of November, 2025, in the Montville area of Connecticut, a Connecticut State Police trooper spotted a silver 2006 Honda Accord speeding along Route 2A. A quick registration check revealed that the license plate attached to the Accord actually belonged to a different black BMW. Suspecting the driver may have been impaired, the trooper activated emergency lights and sirens to initiate a traffic stop, but the Accord refused to pull over and instead accelerated northbound onto Interstate 395.
Good hit, and we're going to be continuing speed 35 miles an hour. And second person into the guardrail.
Don't move, don't move, don't move! Let me see your fucking head! I will shoot you in the fucking head! I will shoot you in the head!
The pursuit quickly escalated after the Accord exited I-395 and continued westbound on Route 2. At times, the vehicle reportedly reached speeds of nearly 120 miles per hour, creating an extremely dangerous situation on the highway. A supporting unit deployed spike strips, successfully deflating one of the Honda's tires, but the driver still refused to stop and continued traveling at reduced speed. As the suspect persisted in extending the pursuit, troopers requested authorization to use a tactical intervention to bring the chase to an end.
He's biting me. He's biting me. Why is he biting me? Why is he biting me? Why is he biting me? Fuck man right now. Two in custody with a dog bite.
Two in custody with a dog bite.
Get the fuck out of the car! You're in the car! I will shoot you in the fucking head!
After receiving authorization from supervisors, a patrol unit moved in and executed the first tactical vehicle intervention at high speed, but the Accord still failed to lose control completely. Moments later, a second impact caused the Honda to spin out, slam into the concrete median separating Route 2, and finally come to a stop. Troopers immediately approached with weapons drawn and ordered the occupants to show their hands. The driver complied and was pulled from the vehicle and placed in handcuffs. However, the passenger continued refusing commands, concealing his hands, and resisting orders to lie face down. Fearing they could not safely gain control of the suspect's hands, troopers deployed a K-9 unit. The passenger was bitten on the left leg before officers were finally able to fully restrain him.
Why is he biting me? Shut the fuck up!
Two in custody with a dog bite.
Why is he biting me? Shut the fuck up! Good?
After the arrests, authorities identified the driver as Jesus Santiago and the passenger as Tyloin Reddick. Both declined medical treatment at the scene following the crash and the physical struggle during the arrest. What began as a speeding violation, a mismatched license plate, and suspected DUI quickly escalated into something far more serious after a 120 miles per hour pursuit, the deployment of spike strips, multiple tactical vehicle impacts, and the use of a K-9 unit. The two suspects were later transported to police headquarters and now face numerous charges related to fleeing law enforcement, resisting officers, traffic violations, and narcotics-related offenses. A license plate that did not belong on the vehicle may have initially raised suspicion, but the decision to speed away transformed the situation into a dangerous high-speed pursuit and a much heavier criminal case. Shortly after 1 a.m. on the 21st of October 2025, in Jersey City, New Jersey, officers with the Jersey City Police Department's Street Crimes Unit were patrolling the area near Bergen Avenue and Virginia Avenue when they spotted a man walking with suspicious behavior and what appeared to be a noticeable bulge concealed beneath his clothing. When an unmarked police vehicle pulled to the curb in front of the man to investigate, the encounter immediately shifted from a suspicious person's stop into a direct and dangerous confrontation.
You good? Everybody good? You good? We're on the count. Oh, shit. What the hell? Go foot. I have the gun right here. Got one gun recovered. Go foot. Got it, Lee? Lee! Run! Man, give me it, bro. Relax. Start car. What? You good? I'm good. Yeah. Y'all good? Yeah.
As the first vehicle came to a stop, the man suddenly pulled out a handgun and fired toward the officers before turning and fleeing southbound on Bergen Avenue. The officers inside the first vehicle did not return fire, while a second police vehicle carrying additional members of the unit rapidly moved into the area. Within seconds, the sound of gunfire and the suspect's escape route threw the scene into chaos, especially as the confrontation unfolded directly on a public street during the early morning hours. As the man continued running southbound, the second police vehicle pulled to the curb. An officer exited from the passenger side and opened fire, striking the fleeing suspect. After the man collapsed, officers quickly moved in, secured the area, and recovered a handgun lying near where he had been shot. Law enforcement immediately requested emergency medical assistance and began rendering aid until paramedics arrived at the scene.
Straight gunshots fired. We got a gun recovered. Yeah, I'm good. Y'all good?
Alright, all units on 21.
Jersey City Police.
Following the incident, authorities identified the man as 7-year-old Tashawn Rogers. Rogers was transported to a hospital but was pronounced dead at approximately 1:44 a.m. A handgun recovered at the scene reinforced investigators' account that the encounter began after Rogers was suspected of being armed and then allegedly fired toward officers. This was not a prolonged pursuit, but an extremely brief and violent confrontation on the streets of Jersey City. Only seconds passed between the moment the police vehicle pulled to the curb and the sound of gunfire erupted. In the end, the encounter left one man dead, a firearm recovered, and another mandatory investigation into a police-involved shooting underway. Shortly after 9 p.m. on Wednesday, the 18th of February, 2026, in San Marcos, California, a deputy with the San Diego County Sheriff's Department stopped a red Hyundai Sonata along the 600 block of North Twin Oaks Valley Road for a traffic violation. Inside the vehicle were a 1-year-old female driver and a male passenger seated in the front. While checking the license plate and VIN information, the deputy discovered discrepancies with the vehicle registration records and also noticed damage to the steering column, a common indicator that the vehicle may have been stolen.
There's an insurance on this car for the Sonata.
T-T-O-N. First name?
Austin, M-A-S-S-A-H.
M-A-S.
M-A-S-S-A-H.
And your birthday?
11/4/84.
Just hang tight for me for a minute, okay?
As additional sheriff's deputies and a reserve officer from the Palomar College Police Department arrived to assist, the situation began escalating into a dangerous confrontation. The male passenger suddenly rolled up the window, ignored repeated commands to lower it, and continuously reached down toward the floorboard area. Officers immediately ordered him to keep his hands visible, but those commands were ignored. Moments later, deputies observed the passenger retrieve a semi-automatic handgun. While one group of officers maintained positions around the vehicle, deputies on the driver's side quickly removed the female driver from the car and escorted her to safety.
Okay. Hey, I got this. Can you break this window?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a good angle right here. I'm not doing it. Got a whole plan?
Can you break that window, Pronto?
Huh?
This window.
Do not fucking move that gun! I will fucking shoot you! Drop your gun! Drop your gun!
Despite repeated commands to drop the weapon, the man in the passenger seat continued holding the firearm and began raising it. 3 officers deployed tasers in an attempt to stop him using less lethal force, but the effort appeared ineffective. Moments later, 2 gunshots were fired from inside the vehicle. Facing what they perceived as an immediate deadly threat, 5 sheriff's deputies and 1 reserve officer from the Palomar College Police Department opened fire, striking the man inside the car. After the gunfire stopped, officers moved in, removed the man from the Hyundai, and attempted life-saving measures.
Take your hand off that fucking gun now! I can't see. Hurry up, Pronto. I can't see. Hurry up.
He's pulling. Okay, don't fucking move. Don't. Drop it. Drop it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Please stop. Don't do it. I'm gonna tase you.
Following the incident, authorities identified the front seat passenger as 33-year-old Andre Rafael Mendez. Mendez died at the scene after being struck by gunfire, and a semi-automatic handgun was recovered as evidence. What began as a routine traffic stop involving a suspected stolen vehicle escalated into a nighttime gun battle after the passenger ignored commands, retrieved a firearm from the floorboard, and fired from inside the cabin. The 21-year-old female driver was safely removed from the vehicle and was not injured during the confrontation.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna tase you.
At approximately 11 a.m. on the 27th of February 2026, in Hartford, Connecticut, a family member of 5-year-old Stephen Jones called 911 reporting that he was experiencing an acute mental health crisis and was armed with a large knife. Officer Josue Charles of the Hartford Police Department was the first to arrive at the area of 687 Blue Hills Avenue, where the situation was initially treated as an emergency assistance call involving an armed individual in crisis.
Drop the knife. Drop the knife. I'm not gonna shoot him. Drop the knife.
When the armed man stepped onto the sidewalk and began moving toward officers, Officer Charles repeatedly ordered him to drop the knife. In an effort to avoid using deadly force, officers deployed tasers multiple times, but the less lethal attempts failed to bring the situation under control. As additional officers arrived to assist, they tried to maintain distance, establish containment around the area, and continued issuing commands while nearby family members and residents also called out to him, pleading for him to put the knife down. Despite those efforts, the man remained silent and continued walking through the street area while still holding the weapon.
No, drop the knife. 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 Woman, you're gonna get shot. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop it. Last time. Drop the knife. Drop it. Fuck. Fuck.
When another officer arrived on scene and warned that the man could be shot if he did not drop the knife, the situation suddenly escalated. The man changed direction and advanced directly toward that officer with the knife in his hand at a dangerous distance. The officer backed away while continuing to issue final commands for him to drop the knife, but those commands were not obeyed. Moments later, the officer fired 9 rounds, causing the man to collapse in the area of Blue Hills Avenue and Euclid Street. Officers immediately moved in, secured the weapon, and began providing emergency medical aid until EMS arrived.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Craig, just back up a little bit. Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Craig, just back up, back up, back up. Craig, drop the knife!
Following the incident, authorities identified the man who was shot as 5-year-old Stephen Jones. Jones was transported to the hospital in critical condition after EMS arrived on scene just minutes later. The incident began with a 911 call from a family member reporting a mental health crisis involving a large knife, but it ended in a controversial shooting after tasers proved ineffective and officers believed the threatening distance had closed. Several witnesses reacted angrily after the gunfire, questioning why police had to shoot during a mental health crisis. According to the information provided, the incident is now being investigated by authorities under the standard process for serious police use of force cases. This was one of the most difficult kinds of scenes. A family calling 911 for help, officers facing a man armed with a knife, and the final few seconds turning a crisis intervention into a tragedy in front of an entire neighborhood.